Israel has demolished 5 homes in the occupied West Bank, leaving 27 Palestinians, including children, homeless. Israeli bulldozers destroyed the prefabricated shelters in the village of al-Khair. Israeli police forcibly evacuated the residents who attempted to prevent the demolitions. The structures in the village were built mainly through EU financial aid. Palestinian Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah says Israel is relentlessly destroying Palestinians' homes and livelihoods in order to make way for more settlements. Almost 600,000 Israeli settlers live in the West Bank and East Jerusalem al-Quds, occupied by Israel since 1967. Joining us via Skype from Lima is Max Igan. He's a radio host and political commentator. Many thanks for joining us here on Press TV, Mr. Igan. Now, these demolitions are not just merely numbers of houses, it's livelihoods of Palestinians. And you've seen that devastation firsthand, haven't you?
I have. I've seen exactly what they do over there, and it's absolutely atrocious what's going on. And people have to understand as well, this is a program of ethnic cleansing, and not only are they making these Palestinians homeless, they're also squandering aid money. As you can see, these shelters were built with international aid money. I think it's important that aid organisations see that this is how their money is actually being spent. You know, foreign countries come in here and attempt to help the Palestinian people, and we find that the Israelis come and bulldoze the shelters anyway. And it's just an ongoing process, and it's Israel's failure to recognise Palestine's right to exist and a constant program of ethnic cleansing.
Right now, Mr. Igan, a lot of it also does go back to these donor countries who are sending aid to Palestine, however, refuse to censure Israel for being in violation of international law.
I know, and that is a real problem, and you've got to wonder whether the aid that they're sending in is simply an appeasement for some sort of a reason, because if you're sending aid into a country to build shelters and then allowing the country next door to come in and just bulldoze those shelters and not saying anything about it, this seems pretty crazy. So, you know, there's something deeper going on here. And I think a lot of these countries are just sending aid in maybe to appease their populations or to make them look good on the world stage, but they need to be following it up a little bit and realising that if you go in and build a home for someone, it's no good if the country next door is going to come and claim that it's just okay to do so. So, you know, we've got to pay some attention to this. And as I keep saying, there needs to be some sort of sanctions put against Israel. This has got to stop, this constant aggression. And it's also a incitement of the Israeli government is constantly inciting the Palestinian people to want to attack them, to want to throw stones at them, to want to respond in any way they can so they can label them as terrorists. But they're constantly provoking these people into this type of activity. And really what we're seeing is just more and more homeless people being created in Palestine by the hands of the Israeli government.
Of course, as we've just mentioned over here, 600,000 Israeli settlers are living in occupied Palestinian territories right now. One of the movements against this was the BDS movement, the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement against Israel. Now, we do know that now a committee is being set up to investigate and deport BDS activists from Palestine. What do you make of that?
Well, again, it's Israel just preventing any type of, even peaceful type of action being taken to stop the Israeli actions. And there's been laws brought in European countries and in Western countries as well. Some states in America are attempting to outlaw BDS. And like the BDS movement is an attempt at peaceful something you can do peacefully against what Israelis are doing, peaceful action against the Israeli aggression. And we're not even allowed that, so it's what the people are being pushed into violence, you know. It just can't go on. What we need is UN troops or some sort of peacekeepers on the ground to notice what's happening and to bring it out to the rest of the world and to stop the Israeli actions, this constant aggression. You know, it's got to stop. The BDS movement is a great effort, but we're not really going to see anything come of it until there is some real effort taken to stop this constant Israeli aggression on the ground.
All right, that's radio host and political commentator Max Igan joining us via Skype from Lima. Mr. Igan, we appreciate your comments here on Press TV.